Hey everyone, this is my Module 4 discussion for Don't Limit Me. I'm grateful for the videos that we had in the presentation section before the discussion section. I'm not usually a crier, but those videos both had me in tears watching the inclusiveness and spirit of Tana and Damien's classmates. Then I watched Megan's video and started crying again. So there needs to be a disclaimer about the emotional impact of this class. Anyway, here are my thoughts for Megan's video. I decided to answer questions number 1 and number 3 together. And just as a rundown, I was amazed that not only has Megan been in a regular classroom through her educational career, she was the first cheerleader in the state who had Down syndrome. Her team went on to nationals, won the Sportsmanship Award in D.C., she went on to be a fashion model for the Global Down Syndrome Foundation fashion show and was even working on an event planning team for the Mile High Down Syndrome Association. She refers to herself as a special person and tells people, "Don't limit me." She tells others to think about how her needs are the same as other students, not just in academics, but learning skills, independent skills, social skills, and safety skills to move in her school and her world so she can become an independent adult. She wants teachers to hold her to the same expectations as everyone else. She will learn from her teachers and classmates, and she will help her school to become an inclusive school where she can grow to be an independent adult. And she is, of course, absolutely correct in everything that she said. All students, no matter their backgrounds or issues, need to have the space to become independent members of society. If Megan's school had put a cap on her abilities, she may have met that ceiling and gone no further, being led to believe that she may have met her goals and that was it. By opening up possibilities and high expectations, Megan has done more in her young life than most of us will have experienced at twice her age. Everyone, every child, every student should be as fortunate as Megan to receive the support, the resources, and the encouragement that she surely received to reach and exceed expectations for themselves and to see how far they can truly go with their abilities and their dreams. When I just lost my text. Hang on. There we are. When Megan was first entering school as a kindergarten, no one knew for sure how much she would accomplish, and it may have been easy for them at the time in the school system to set her aside, help her make minimal accomplishments each year, then just hand her off to the middle school and say, "We're done. We've done our job." I'm sure it took a lot of work and creative thinking and team effort with the staff, Megan's family, and Megan, when she was old enough to enter into the conversation, to come up with a plan that was best for her. The adults in her life most certainly put in lots of extra hours to help her reach very high goals, and that would not have been possible if she had stayed in the special ed classroom setting for most of her school days. Her classmates would not have known her to be the kind-spirited person that she is, and they would have all had a very difficult time adjusting to each other because she was different. And if she had not been a part of their class and their school community, they all wouldn't have grown together as well as they did. But she clearly was accepted, as the other students were, and instead she was simply just a part of their daily routine. And they helped her to reach her goals, as I'm sure she returned the help to many of them. Number 2 asks about the case rulings that led to the policies that now hold school leadership accountable for ensuring students like Megan are given an equal opportunity to benefit academically. The case of Sacramento City School District versus Rachel H. in 1994 caused the court to consider educational benefit, non-educational benefit, effect on others, and cost. The court decided that these 4 criteria supported the fact that the least restrictive environment for Rachel was the regular educational classroom full-time. Least restrictive environment also owes a lot to Brown's case of segregation in schools and to the civil rights movement as a whole. But there was still the issue of just because the court says something is now policy, who is actually going to follow it and how will they accomplish it? I like the point that Turnbull brought up in Chapter 7. Disability is a difference that makes a difference. Race and ethnicity have no direct effect on the education of others, but students with disabilities do. This gave the people who were against including students with disabilities the argument that it would be harmful, useless, or even cruel to put children with disabilities in schools with children who do not have disabilities. Congress, however, in looking at the research, concluded that as the findings of IDEA make clear, almost 30 years of research and experience has demonstrated that the education of children with disabilities can be made more effective by having high expectations for such children and ensuring their access to the general education curriculum in the regular classroom to the maximum extent possible. As we've seen just by watching the short videos of Tana, Damien, and Megan, this has obviously been true for them. Their lives and the lives of their classmates, staff, and families have all been enriched because of the least restrictive environment. It's unfortunate that so many families had to go to court to legally encourage all schools to do what is best for students.